everybody, this is Eric Lassard with your Entrepreneur Wake Up Call, and yes, this is take 2. So yes, we forgot to press the start button this morning, but don't worry, we are back on air. I don't know what happened to our DJ, but something happened to him. So first of all, we have got Mike in the station today, and we have got the amazing, beautiful Landi.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask them to say a quick hello and to introduce themselves a little bit. Mike, you go first.
Hello everybody, it's great to be in Dublin, Ireland. I'm from New Zealand. I'm the founder and chairman of an organisation called Rock Your Life, which builds personal development profiles and machines all around the world through movies, through books, through events, and through soul journeys. Landi Jac.
Hello everyone, I'm the Lucky Lady by Mike Handcock's side. My speciality is shortcuts and what I call business hacks and life hacks, making sure that people do not have to do all the stuff they're doing and that they're so busy. My quote is, the business of being busy is no longer cool.
Okay.
People seem to like that quote, Landi.
Thank you.
They do seem to like it.
Well, Andy, of course, we give a big clap out to everybody who does something extraordinary. And
Thank you, Eric.
I've got a few questions for you guys today.
Fire away.
So, first of all, how did you guys meet?
We met at an event called Entrepreneur X Factor, which actually you came to the Ireland event.
Yes, correct.
And so I'm not sure, must have been just before that I met Landi in Johannesburg in 2013.
Absolutely.
And then you can take it up from there.
Oh, it was Entrepreneur X Factor. I walked in there and I saw Mike and the energy was just amazing. So the rest is history.
The rest is history, correct, Amanda. And so, Mike, when you do Rock Your Life, how did you come up with the idea? How did you get inspired to make this?
I'm an ex-rock musician, and I wrote my first book in 2001, which was actually on nothing. Yes, there's that. You guys right? And
Is this a rock concert?
I hope so. And I wrote my first book. It went bestseller in 3 countries, and then I decided to go and speak about that book, and I just wanted to involve rock music in it, and so I just came up with the brand. And interestingly enough, I sat on that brand for a couple of years thinking nobody will want their life rocked, and then one of my mentors said, "Are you crazy? You've got to launch that," and I did, and that was in 2006, so it's nearly 10 years now.
Yes, and this is not giving away his age. He's still young and he's still amazing.
I'll confirm that.
Yes, and also, ladies, he does have a girlfriend. Just letting you know.
Yes.
So he's already history. And Landi Jac, how did you come up with your business?
My business, although I'm very interested in startups and like I said, giving people business hacks and shortcuts, my specialty is more in consulting firms. So my formula really is around consulting with corporates and building a successful business out of that.
Okay. And as a... what would be your... can you give us the top 10 tips of having a successful startup?
10 may be difficult right now, but I'll definitely give you the top 3.
Top 3, okay, top 3. Go straight ahead.
If you want to start a business, I think the biggest thing people think, or the perception still is that you need a big capital layout or investment for that. These days it's not necessary. You can go onto online, outsourcing agents like Fiverr, and you can get crowdfunding done to start a business, or your angel investors are still very much out there. So you do not necessarily need a lot of funding to start a business. Second of all, what we find these days is previously companies would go develop a product and then pitch a product, whereas now companies tend to be more after a market. They choose a niche market and then develop something specifically for that market. So they develop products in line with what the market asks for. And then, third of all, this is maybe not a new one, but I think people don't realize the power of who you know as opposed to what you know. We have Google.
And who you can influence.
Absolutely. So with Google, we can find out everything we want. It's more about who you mingle with. I would say those would be the top 3 for now.
Okay. And Mike, you're also a pretty good guy at getting people out of their comfort zone, correct?
Can be, yes.
You're the person who gives the kick in the ass.
Yes, I have been told that.
Okay. Now, before we move on to you, we're going to take a little music break, and then we're going to be back to you guys. Until then, we're going to take a little bit of a music break, and this is called Jukebox Hero, which was selected by Mike. and he said that he really likes the song and it's really inspirational to all you entrepreneurs out there. And guess what? It's also my favorite too. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it out. Okay.
Standing in the rain with his head hung low, couldn't get a ticket, it was a sold out show. Heard the roar of the crowd, he could picture the scene, put his ear to the wall, and like a distant scream, he heard one guitar.
Of course, the Story Bus. For more information, please go to www.thestorybus.com, and Spreaker is sponsoring us with the radio show equipment. And of course, the Velsize Speed and Body Clinic is our venue sponsor. And we're going back on air with Eric Lessard. And hello guys, and welcome back. And well, where were we? Yes, Mike, you
Apparently
were saying...
I'm kicking people in the butt, Eric.
Okay. So what I was saying was that, Mike, you're really good at taking people out of excuses.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you say to people who need to start, let's say they want to start their own business, but they just say to themselves, no, I'll do it tomorrow or after tomorrow, or I don't have a business plan. What do you tell them?
Firstly, you don't need a business plan. That's for the banks.
Totally agreed. Totally agreed.
You just need a good idea. You need to test your idea in social media.
If
people give it the like, then it's liked. And the other thing I'd say is that it's easy to find excuses, but most people think, I'll stay in a job because it's safe. Jobs aren't safe. Entrepreneurship is safe, because when you're in entrepreneurship, you are looking after your own destiny. When you're in a job, everybody else is looking after your destiny. And finally...
you're your own boss.
Exactly. But finally, Eric, you're way too young to understand this.
No.
Well, you're not. But the day... I haven't met one person getting close to the day that they die who says, gee, I'm glad I didn't take any risks in life and led a boring life working for another boss.
I already heard this. No, don't worry. I've seen it in movies before.
Really? Which movie?
Catch Me If You Can.
What about The Bucket List?
Bucket List? Yes, also that one too.
Exactly. So you just don't want to be there when you're 60, 70 years old with regrets. So
correct, Amanda.
I'd rather just get everything done now so I can relax.
Okay, then that is great. And also, I'm just going to throw out here a little list. It's not exactly... I'm just going to shoot out a few of these. And I'm just going to ask you, what do you think about this? And what would you say about this, okay?
Yep. Fire it to Miss Jack and I'll...
Yeah, Miss Jack and Mike, you guys can both deal with it. So, deal with the self-inventory. So, not everyone has what it takes to start a company. That's not that your idea is brilliant. It just means that you don't have the personality traits to put out there. What do you think about this, Landi?
I do think that a lot of people have the personality traits, but the idea is crap. So, personality traits can be outsourced. You don't have to be the perfect person. You can get other people to make up for your weaknesses.
Like you're
available. Start. Yeah,
but let's say if someone has, how should I say, he has a great personality and he's perfect for an entrepreneur, but he doesn't have the healthiest idea. What would you give him a tip? Should he think more into it?
Well, something I've done recently is I've just put a monkey survey up and I sent it out to my Facebook page, and they gave me stunning feedback. You know, I thought my brand was pink and they told me no, it's supposed to be gold. And I thought my brand was about running a business, and it turns out my brand is about breaking rules, and I got that feedback from my audience.
Developing an idea. Ideas are not just business because they're big and round and with a light bulb on top of your head. But let's say if I had an idea of, let's say, starting a water company, what would you recommend to this? What would you say if you were willing to start, if you're willing to shape your idea in, because you're willing to go to an investor? Do you think in the moment when I start my idea, I should go and say, hey, I have an idea, can you invest in this? Or should I first start building up some numbers, like an entrepreneur?
Mike and Team Rock Your Life has very good ideas on where to test an idea. Maybe you want to share with Eric what you've done with Entrepreneur X Factor when you had an idea.
You also have to share it with these wonderful, amazing people on the radio.
Yeah, actually I do. And the simplest way to test your idea is in social media. If nobody likes it, nobody likes it. So get a new idea. And the other thing is, if you want to develop an idea that's already good and people are liking it, you just need the best mentors possible.
Okay. And what would be the tools and tips that you would recommend to an entrepreneur? So if I was an entrepreneur and I was looking for example, a way so I can stay focused, what would be your tools for you? And I'm going to share this around. You can throw it around.
Firstly for me, and you did use the word stay focused, is, and I know you do this, is meditation.
Okay, meditation. So, take a note, meditation.
Quiet time. Secondly is having a board of confidants that you can talk to, like a mastermind group, to throw your ideas around
mastermind group. Put it down there, guys.
And the third one is actually to spend time out of your business constantly, so you're looking at it with a bird's eye view, not from inside it.
Yes.
From my side, something that excites me very much these days is apps. Surround yourself by technology and apps. And the other one is, you know, a lot of us made the mistake of putting a business together and seeing people and networking, and we don't have that information on the email list.
Okay.
So make sure you build a proper database.
If you're looking for more networking tips, you can go to Udemy and search for 7 Steps to Success System created by Eric Lassard, and that would be one of the easiest ways you can start learning networking. And now, Landi, you were saying about apps. What do you recommend?
Oh, I like the type of apps that really reminds people of stuff. I like to build communities on new type of social media apps like Instagram. You would probably be a big fan of Hootsuite and apps that goes with that.
And
so
also, just a quick question. Well, let's say there's the do it, and then in brackets tomorrow. Do you think that's recommended for people? It's kind of like a little agenda, and you can put it.
I say anything that reminds you about your priorities is good, but it's always going to be about who's putting that information in the app. So, and like that needs to be clear. You need to put it in there, and you need to make sure your priorities are straight. But I'm particularly enjoying things like establishing WhatsApp groups these days and communicate on that. And I'm enjoying MailChimp. You know, those are my favorites.
MailChimp, very good too, and also MadMimi.
Oh yeah, of course.
And also, if you're trying to, let's say, keep yourself organized, like a business person and like a person who's trying to live his own life, what would you recommend? Like, should he split up his time? Like, if I do this, I get this. Should he set himself rewards?
I think incentives, one of the things I particularly enjoy is human behavior and the undercurrents of human behavior that goes with that, and we are a species that works on incentives, you know, so absolutely give yourself rewards and give yourself the stuff that makes it fun for you. Me and Mike has fun as one of our biggest value systems, so our incentive is fun, you know, if you do something and you want a reward, have fun.
Okay. And also the radio, let's say if someone was going to start their own radio show, what app would you recommend them?
For
to start like a little diary for yourself?
Oh, I'm probably the wrong person to an app because I like to journal actually in a hard copy. So I like hard copy. I do use notes on my iPhone from time to time.
Notes on iPhone.
I enjoy a journal because, you know, wherever you go, you want to journal something down or whatever. So for me, it's a mix between notes on iPhone and running a journal. That is just such a valuable thing.
Notes on iPhone and running a journal. Write that down. Half a page. Very good. And also, we're almost actually. our time is up, guys.
Our time is
It's
up,
been
Eric.
15 minutes exactly. And, well, entrepreneurs, it's time for you to stand up from that chair, get started. And, Mike, what would be your piece of advice to get yourself kicked in the ass?
Oh, very simply, this is set a goal that's 10 times bigger than you ever imagined before.
Okay, Landi, what's your advice?
Go and look for the most successful mentor in your
Write
industry
it down.
and become friends.
Okay, write them 2 advices down, and not only that, but apply it. So listen, learn, and apply. And of course, this radio show is sponsored by the Story Bus, and that's our sponsor of the week. Thank you so much, guys, and have an awesome day and week.
Ziploc.com